Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well, hope everyone's having fun, hope the universe is treating you well. We are in our second full week of November. Hopefully by the time this goes live, we get some cold weather. Right now, it is 80 degrees outside. Yes, in November. Even in Texas, it shouldn't be 80 degrees in November. Yeah, the last episode of Penguin. Wow, that was just wow. I'm going to have to elaborate more on this stuff when I do the Gen X stuff with the Penguin. I am going to probably have to break that down episode by episode. Actually, what I may do is just do a general brief, instead where the series is 8 episodes, do 9 episodes of the Gen X. Do like a introduction for people that aren't comic book nerds like me, and then break it down episode by episode. Then maybe do like a finale, type thing. I don't know. To me that could be worth it. Oh, my eyes are itching. Not a lot else going on. Working on doing some more movie stuff for the Gen X. Getting a lot more of like the Kingdom of Fear, the Rabbits, black tapes and stuff recorded. Getting that done for the month. Getting ready to start on getting the stuff pre-recorded for December. Now, with December, from Christmas to New Year's, depending on how things go, I may or may not be posting any videos then. A lot of it is how much time can I free up between now and then to get stuff pre-recorded, get it put up, get it where all I have to do is upload it, schedule it to go live, and walk away. Like I said, it's going to be time management for me, which I suck at. Trust me. You can ask my wife. She'll tell you I suck at time management. Let me see what else. Plan on doing a lot of reading. I'm looking at doing some Gen X stuff for some of Heinlein's books, some of Philip K. Dick's books, some of Asimov's books, maybe some Frank Herbert stuff too. Those are going to be multi-part monsters. Same with if I do, which I will more than likely do, the Stephen King's Dark Tower series. I just can't be happy with where my mic is right now. The Stephen King Dark Tower series, I know that is going to be a multi-video monster. It's going to have to be. I don't know what it is with these glasses, but there may just be something in the air that these glasses are trapping. My eyes just keep itching and watering. So yeah, it's one of those things. Those books, like I said, they're not horror. If you have avoided those books because you're not a horror fan, they're not horror. There are legitimate reasons to avoid those books. If you're not like Western cowboy, post-apocalyptic, time travel type fan, legitimate, perfectly legitimate. If you don't like Stephen King's writing style, perfectly legitimate reasons not to want to read the books. It's about time for me to start rereading them. That's why I have them so prevalent in my mind. They're a good series. I gotta finish rereading Heretics of Dune and Chapter House of Dune. Get those knocked out, then I'll do another journey to the Dark Tower. Those glasses. I think there's something. There might be something on them. I don't know. There we go. This is much better. These are a little bit touched on my fingers, but I might have to sit down and just clean those glasses off. I don't know. They may have gotten something on. Cats were laying on them earlier. I've posted some videos. Matter of fact, one of my videos on Dark Knight Master Race, Frank Miller comic. My Houdini kitty was up here and he licked all over one of my pairs of glasses. That may have been the pair. And there we go. Much clearer. Tuck my shirt back in. The Dark Tower books. The Dune books, I might wait a while on doing the Dune books because it's only been a month or so. Yeah, October I finished up doing all the Dune stuff, Dune movies, all the iteration of Dune, everything from Lynch through Villeneuve. But breaking down or just giving my thoughts on Dune, that is going to be kind of okay. That there's tons of videos out there of people doing that. Now, once you get into Dune Messiah, God Emperor Dune, Heretics of Dune, Chapter House Dune. There are videos out there, and there's some really good ones. Nerd Cookies does some really good Dune breakdown videos where they go into the lore and they go into the Brian Herbert books. They pull stuff from that. They're really good. If you're interested in Dune or science fiction in general, the Nerd Cookies YouTube channel, wonderful channel. Also, I believe it's called Dune Lore, which is really good. I'll try to remember to put links for them in the description below. But both of those are good sites for lore. Well, the Dune Lore is a good site for if you're hunting, you just want the concentrated Dune stuff. Dune Lore is good. But if you want a variety of different science fiction stuff, Nerd Cookies is real good. I would recommend checking out both those sites. Really good. But like I said, once you get past Dune, especially Dune Messiah and Children of Doom, usually you find a lot of videos on those three. With Dune being the bottom of the pyramid, Dune Messiah, then Children of Dune. Then once you get past that, you don't get very much. You don't get very much on God Emperor Dune, Heretics of Dune, and Chapter House Dune. The last three books are very philosophical. Herbert's age and the generation he grew up in is starting to show real heavily in those books. There are some characters that come across by today's standards, they come across as fairly homophobic. But at the time they were written, they were considered fairly progressive characters. Fairly, this is 70s, 80s. When he wrote these last 3 books, and yeah, by today's standards, they're kind of homophobic. Well, they are homophobic by today's standards. There's no kind of to it. And there's some things there's Herbert when he was getting up in age. Same with Philip K. Dick and Robert Heinlein, Isaac Asimov, Ray Bradbury. A lot of these authors, when they got up older in age, they got horny they just got horny, and it shows in their writing. Not so much Bradbury, not so much, but the other ones, you're especially Philip K. Dick and Robert Heinlein. Yeah, they got horny as shit in their later years. And the thing is, a lot of Heinlein's characters were extremely progressive in that day, and they're still progressive now. Some of the characters in Cat Could Walk Through Walls, being openly bisexually and horny for everything, and having standards about who they get horny for. And it's interesting how some of those characters have held up, while other characters of his still come across as misogynistic by today's standards. A lot of these authors, Philip K. Dick, Heinlein, Asimov, Bradbury, a lot of these authors in their day were considered their writings and their books were considered liberal, progressive, woke propaganda. Though they didn't use the term woke back then, but it was. And from the time they wrote a lot of their stuff in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, now we look back at it and go, well, that's kind of misogynistic, or, there's some misandry there, and there's some homophobia. And that just tells, that's a bar to see how far we've progressed. When something at the time it was written like Stranger in a Strange Land was considered just atrocious liberal propaganda, trying to get all our kids to go out and smoke dope and fuck. And now there are parts of it, you look at it by 2024 standards, you're like, this character, homophobe, this character, misogynist, this character, an asshole, So it's a bar, it's a standard. It shows you how far we've progressed since that marker was put in place. It's kind of those things that goes on. Breaking down their books would be interesting, or giving my thoughts and ideas on on a lot of these authors. Who else? Tolkien. I've read a little bit of Tolkien. I haven't read enough Tolkien, and I don't read it regularly enough to feel comfortable doing Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien, good author. Wonderful books. Fantasy's just not my cup of tea. It's just not. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. I don't think it sucks. It's just not my cup of tea. It's just not something, I care for. Might break down some of the Dresden File books. Love those. See, that's contemporary fantasy. There's wizards and spells and orcs and vampires and demons and pew pews and boom booms and cars and stuff like that. And just for some reason, the medieval type fantasy, your D&D type fantasy stuff just doesn't appeal to me. And that's only been in probably the last 15, 20 years that I've kind of lost interest in it. Up through my early 30s, I was like, yeah. But now I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's there. It's good. I don't mind it every now and again. Once or twice every couple of years, I'm good. So, that's just me personally. Let me see. Yeah, the breaking down of anything, or not, breaking down is really not the proper word, not the proper descriptive word for what I do. I just kind of meander and give my thoughts and ideas about things and go off on tangents here and there, and sometimes I go on tangents and it takes me a while to get back. So yeah, it is what it is. And we're all good for it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Hope you enjoy your rest of your Thursday and every day here on after, and hope you enjoyed every day leading up to this. So until later, remember, be a good human, be good to other humans. Peace.